Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bets.net Challenger Series. It's into map 3 between GODSENT and Fragsters. A very close mirage that Fragsters almost came back on to win the series 2-0, but now they've got to face off against GODSENT on the final battleground. Cash will be that battleground. I did say train before the break, but I'm wrong, as usual, so ignore me and everything that I say. I'm Switchblade J. Joining me for this one is Danny. Danny, what's your take on this one? This map is a very interesting one, actually, for GODSENT, because they are much more practiced on it than Fragsters are.
Oh, yes. I mean, GODSENT is arguably the better map on a map like Cash than a map like Train, so the fact that the third map is, in fact, Cash, not a Train, this suddenly becomes quite an even affair, even though we saw GODSENT kind of struggle there at the end on a map like Mirage. Cash, I would say, is probably a quite decent map for both these teams, but even more so for a team like GODSENT.
Yeah, this could very easily be a map that GODSENT can win. I think it actually may be them on the favourites for this map now, because Fragsters haven't really played this map a whole lot in the past 3 months. They've played it 6 times overall and only won it 3 of those times. Whenever they're faced off against a team that's around their same sort of level, they do struggle quite a bit on it. So I gotta admit, I think the Fragsters may be in a bit of trouble right here. GODSENT have taken on some very reputable teams like Avantgarde and Space Soldiers and a Go. Been able to post some very good numbers as a result, so I'm not sure whether Fragsters can actually do this. I'll be honest, Danny, I feel like this may be a very difficult ordeal for them. Of course, the knife will go live. We will check our side choices and decide where we will start for this one, but I'll be real here. My prediction is leaning towards GODSENT. Where's yours going, Danny?
I'd say, yeah, GODSENT should be the team able to win this one best of 3. Yeah, like I said, the fact that this map is Cash, and for a team like who has pretty skilled individuals like GODSENT, you know, a map like Cash suits them perfectly. The sort of puggy style is here on a map like Cash. When you're playing on the T side, you give that freedom to some of your players, and they might just be able to, you know, just explode into a side, get 1, maybe 2 frags in certain scenarios, and a map like this is looking very good. Yes, GODSENT, though, for the first time ever, will be starting on the city side, so the city side, I am expecting to be quite good here for the Swedes.
Indeed, it may just be. GODSENT, however, starting things off on the CT side, so as you were saying, for the first time this series, is they get their choice aside. On Cash, that is exactly where they want to be going with this one. Fragsters as well have been known to be a CT-sided team when it comes to Cash, so their strengths will be put to bed for the first half. And GODSENT will try and exploit that much to get a nice running start into the final map of the best of 3. The winner of this one is facing fours after the break, so let's jump straight into the pistol round. The USPs and the Glock. Stavin's already getting out the utility. Kevlar not to be seen here from 2 extra players. Actually, they're going for a pretty heavy utility setup. 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs. P250 for Stavin. Torb, Refresh, and Bubsky get the Kevlar out. And GODSENT, once again, they have Twist on the defuse kit and the smoke. 4 pieces of Kevlar for them. We'll have to see that P250 from Stavin passed out to one of the other Fragsters players to play Raid Boss with it, but I'm not going to be choosing that one. They'll go straight into the default, out towards the A-bomb site. Initially, the setup from the utility sets looks like it might be an A-site execution. Obviously, you've got a couple of different positions you can smoke off the cross and highway, and even on the site itself to gain access to the bomb site. So let's see what they can do with this one. Stavin's playing with his utility out towards the B-bomb site. Might be able to try and pull a fake, but Fragsters, with these 2 sets of utility, have a few options available.
Oh, definitely so. I mean, if Fragsters do worse so, they can still actually make their presence known towards the mid part of the map. They are boosting up a couple guys, so it does look like they're going to try to take that mid control a bit late. One of the smokes can be used very much effectively if they do smoke off Z connector. Then the rest of the guys would just have to push up towards highway. Oh, okay, that's the smoke that rains in. Like I said, down towards Z connector. Twist vision has been blocked off, and now if they do worse so, the A split is looking very doable for them.
When he used up all the utility there, they've only got 1 flashbang on Stavin to make the hit into the bomb site. Twist rotating. Perfect timing from Dragonfly, but unfortunately Torbeniden's going to fall as Twist holds on. Hampus, also fragging from the MBK, does get picked up eventually. Twist still kicking on 12 HP and will re-aggress the bomb site as Disco Doppling goes down. He's got a good angle on Refresh, knows where Bubsky is, he knows his bomb has gone down, but the Glock wins out the fight, leaving it all on Brawl, and the crossfire locks through. Still takes Stavin out of the action, forcing his issue to a backhand side, but Bubsky still sneaks around and gets the second frag for himself. The first round on the board for Frags is, of course, the pistol. Going very well for them on that split. A very nice start here from the T side.
Yeah, a pretty good split indeed. I actually didn't really notice where they used the second smoke. Presumably they actually smoked off a position like car. But that Z smoke very effective. I didn't really like the fact that the bomb carrier was down there towards middle, because still you have really no idea. Maybe there could be a possibility if there's the sandbags plays, from the CT guy who's somewhere towards sandbags, that could get quite risky. This is a good angle from Twist though. They think it's smoked off. It is, but there is a slight gap in the smoke. And yes, Torben, only 13 points of health for him. Not that bad of an idea for, not that bad of a situation for him to be in, but it is somewhat you expect from the scout. Twist has got the scout. At this point, he has to deal damage, and then the pistols can actually sweep things through. However, there is quite the problem here for the GODSENT side. There's only one defender on B, meaning that Brawlin has to come up huge, and he's not. He's gonna get taken down. The first man out here for GODSENT. And there's nothing more these guys with the pistols can't do, I'd say. Maybe Twist should consider just saving the scout. He is actually far away from the action. He's back here at A. And the rest of the guys, if they still save the pistols, that's still not that bad of a round here for the GODSENT. In the sense, they could have a second force by coming into this upcoming round, in a way.
Dangerously close to those wall banks, however. And GODSENT, if they found that one frag, that would even up the score very, very quickly indeed. Unfortunately, though, all the Deagle shots missed, and Refresh takes down Hampus for it. 3 on 5, and GODSENT unable to trade so far. Torbeniaden is so low as well. To be such an easy frag for the CT if they could just line it up. Unfortunately, they can't, so the bomb will go down on the B-bomb site. Disco Doppelin also tagged up pretty hard and forced back away as Twist has already rotated with the scout. And there's GODSENT will go throwing in the tower. So 2-0 start for Fragsters. Again, GODSENT just getting unlucky. Really, it's kind of appropriate to what you were saying as well. The scout does the damage, and then the CZs and the Deagles come and sweep in and pick up the rest of the pieces. Torbeniaden in particular was tagged so low from that body shot. No one was able to follow up the job that Twist, or the opportunity that Twist had created for them. So 2-0 for Fragsters. All 5 players should stay alive to keep most of the rifles in check. Don't really farm up a whole lot of money, unfortunately. Stavin didn't get any kills with the UMP, but regardless, nothing to be invested in the next round for Fragsters other than some utility if they want it. A 2-0 start now for all the Danes.
That is pretty good start for the Danes. They're able to get that round relatively clean, I guess you could say. They don't end up losing a single player. Yes, they do get softened up a bit by that scout, but that doesn't really matter that much because your health has been regenerated once you come into the next round. And well, GODSENT, yeah, they're gonna be able to keep Twist as scout. FreeDB and Disco Doppelin get to keep the upgraded pistols, but that's about it. I would have loved to see one of the guys to actually, I do believe it was Hampus to actually even consider going for the save with his teammates. But oh well, they still have something going for them. And look at this pardon me, not the B push, but the squeaky push. I think they're gonna try to go for this one, Disco Doppelin for B, and why the heck not? You don't really have much going for you in a round like this, and maybe this aggressive push could land you a kill or two.
And now the teams are expecting it. They will shut it down as appropriate when they can. Disco, first man of full ace, ace site, completely undefended now from the CT side. FreeDB was still pushing out towards mid. Couldn't find Torbeniaden or Dragonfly. Does spot Dragonfly, but can't get enough damage against him. 84 still left on him. As the rifles push into the bomb site, Twist tag on Bubsky and just tags him up through the wall to take him down. Tries to fall back away towards CT spawn, but the UMP with a quick trade, $600 for him. Picks up the scout, takes that out of play for the CT side as the Ds rotate as well towards A. Molotovs landing, flashbangs keeping them at bay. The bomb will go down, and AKs will also get picked up as Stavin tries to fight his way out of the corner, save this one rifle, and keep as many players in play for Fragsters as they can. Brolin alongside FreeDB is the last 2 remaining, although FreeDB's holding out A while Brolin's holding out B. Brolin holds onto the AK for the moment, and another kill comes in for FreeDB, but surely they shouldn't be able to make this retake work. Actually, they were in 2 versus 2, actually, so maybe if FreeDB stayed alive there and got some damage with that CZ, then we'll maybe waited for Brolin, that retake would have been more than likely, but yeah, GODSENT shut down. That'll be a 3-0 start here for Fragsters. GODSENT now up for the rifle by the AK. Staying in should mean that they can get a little bit extra firepower and not have to invest in one more rifle. So, a good pickup from Brolin considering that this is an eco round. Managing to get 3 players down as well from Fragsters means that there's economy damage done to the T side. They should be able to invest regardless, but that does put GODSENT on a pretty decent start to take the front foot.
Yes, now investment that is happening right now. Hampus will be the one to purchase the AWP without any sort of armor whatsoever yet again. But I do wonder how we'll be able to up here on the city side of Cash, because on the city side of Mirage, he actually did a somewhat decent job. So I wonder if he's gonna be able to do that yet again. A bit more emphasis towards the mid part of the map, as they're gonna try to take middle here and probably leave lonesome Hampus here. Brolin, he is expecting a fast boost to be happening, but no such boost is happening. In fact, GODSENT, they're putting a lot of emphasis towards middle. However, the B side is only defended by lonesome Disco Doppelin. And once the utility does rein in, he should consider making a call. Playing an anti-flash position, the flash does rein in. It finds Stavin more than anything else. And now Fragsters will continue on pushing on the side. GODSENT, the rotation, it is here. They still have a couple players towards the vent. Twist actually jumped down from the vent. Dragonfly is very low in HP, but Brolin is here to refrag. And now with that bomb being dropped, Torben and Bubsky, they still have a somewhat good opportunity here, but the Molotov is doing quite a lot of damage. Brolin falls, and now Hampus and Freddy B are out of the sight. The bomb, it will be planted, but if they're able to kill one more T player here, the thing's gonna get very good here for GODSENT.
That's a 1-2. GODSENT trying to catch him off. No, Hampus takes down Torbeni then. Quick wall banger with the AWP, and now it's all Bubsky back towards Checkers. I think they know where he is, and they'll make their way onto the B bomb site for it. Very open, and Hampus will cover that off. Now spots him, now has the info available for his teammate, trying to get a wall banger as well. Taps it once, forces Bubsky to peek, and gives Freddy B the opportunity to take him down. A team ace from GODSENT. They take a player down a piece and bring themselves their first on the board. Didn't come without its hiccups. Obviously, damage has been done. 3 players have fallen. And GODSENT probably looking to reinvest for this one at the moment. Imagine the M4s and all the like should be dropped out for them. Fragsters still have a money left to play with, however, so they'll also buy up. The AWP actually coming out from Dragonfly still puts them in a very nice position here. So reset for both squads. Fragsters lose, they have no money. GODSENT lose, they have no loss bonus. So let's see if they can bring this one into play. Double up setup coming in from Twist and Hampus. Twist up towards mid. Hampus playing on the A-bomb side. And already aggression from the T side. But Twist with a very nice nade actually starts things off. Taking Dragonfly to 55. A very nice kickoff bit of frag damage. Puts the AWP in a little bit more of a passive position for Fragsters.
And that's a full-on dunk there. Dragonfly, I mean, he's still the opera for the team, so that damage doesn't really matter too much. But now Hampus should have hit that shot. But now as Fragsters trying to explode on this bomb side, there's a bit of a problematic scenario for them because one of the defenders is dropping dead. Make that another one, and Freddy B is also out of the equation. So for Brolin and Twist, this is still a somewhat doable round. As some of the players are relatively low in HP, except for Dragonfly, who is on 55. But honestly, they should probably consider trying to win out the round. It is definitely doable for them. However, Molotovs, flashes as well raining out. They have some decent positions here, except towards quad. There are 2 guys here. Brolin is able to get only 1 in that scenario, as Twist wasn't covering main, and this round is pretty much over. For Twist to win this one is very, very difficult. He's going to try to go for the save here, and Fragsters will get themselves the 4th.
A good creep around from Brolin. Unfortunately, not good enough. Didn't expect the AWP to be back from main, so Fragsters claim an all-important kill. They claim an all-important round to reset GODSENT, although Twisters take down Bubsky, so taking that AWP out of play is another huge amount of damage done to Fragsters. It's going to be a very expensive round for them. GODSENT don't quite have enough to fully invest. They could still force the buy. They know that Fragsters will be on low amounts of money for this round. If they can reset them now, they can steal around away, then that would be a very, very good pickup for the CT side. And they are just going to go balls to the wall, and they are going to buy as much as they can. CZ's out. AWP, of course, saved on Twist. Brolin with a CZ, Freddy B with a CZ, Hampus with the CZ as well. Disco will also come in with 4. So automatic weapons for the CT side as they try and pick together a decent round against Fragsters. They are going to go into the B halls early on here. Stavin taking early damage, but not enough to justify a major amount of concern here for Fragsters. Maybe a bit of a challenge against the CZ. Oh, but he's going to sneak right past him. Bron's still going to get aggressive. They haven't heard his footsteps. They're not ready for this. The flashbangs are good, but he can't quite find anything. Disco Doppelin will get taken down. They've still got Brolin back there, but he does get dealt with by Dragonfly. And the setup from the CT side was so good, but it just doesn't work out the way they wanted it to. 5 on 3. Bomb to make its way on the site. Get planted. A retake for GODSENT that surely they shouldn't be winning.
A bit dissatisfying for a player like Brolin, who looked like he could actually do some massive damage here for Fragsters, because no one was actually really looking at his position. After all, he was in that smoke. It looked like he could actually do quite a lot of damage. Didn't really happen. And well, GODSENT, they're just going to have to go for another save here, and it's still not going to be too shabby for them. They are going to be able to save here what seems to be the sniper rifle and the M4 in the hands of Freddy B. So they will have a bit more firepower coming into the next round, where players like Brawlin and Disco Dublin will have to go for full-on eco. So, yeah, like I said, a bit more extra firepower, but that's about it. At the same time, Fragsters, they claimed their 5th round, and the T side is looking a bit more solid. A bit more solid than what we saw on a map like Inferno. We barely got to see their T-side there. On Mirage, they did kind of stumble there, but we're pretty decent. And now in Cash, they are showing up here. So if you're GODSENT, you still got to be quite careful here.
You're only saving 2 rifles from that last one, alongside hampers of this season. They've still got something to play with, but Brawlin and Disco Dublin can't match up to their caliber, so there's only 2 rifles for the CT side. Let's see what these extra seasons can do for the rest of GODSENT. Oh no! Freddy B boosted up, and the M4 gets punished by the AWP. Great read from Fragsters. Great read from Dragonfly. He expected it and prepped for it coming. As GODSENT gets shut down immediately. Brawlin's forced back into a passive position as he waits for backup. And meanwhile, Bubsky's taking an opportunity to get through Zed. And Hampus and Brawlin fall down for it. 2 versus 5. The T storm the B site. They think there's one more player back here. They may not be reading onto where they're actually at the moment. They've still got also a lurker out towards the A site. There's 2 CTs here. Let's see if Refresh can get this one frag against Twist. Indeed he does, leaving Disco Dublin alone with an Eagle and a Dream. Very little chances left in this round as Fragsters look to take an utterly flawless round. Not a single point of damage done to them. And 6 will be on the board for the T side.
It's a bit of a shame that not a single CT player was able to save their weapons from the previous round. But they will be able to invest, so that's a good thing for them. But no AWP in the hands of Twist means that they're gonna have to rely on these M4A4s. And honestly, I would love to see maybe GODSENT try to play a bit more aggressive towards middle, because one of the rounds they were able to pick up, you know, that retake was on the back of them, putting a bit more emphasis on middle and having a swift rotation. Now, that was pretty good for them on the retake. These past couple rounds, not so much. But as Fragsters do themselves play a bit more aggressive towards middle, they take down both the mid defenders, meaning that the defense from GODSENT is absent. And now, in the 4 versus 3 like that, yeah, they're going to kill Jahampus as well. This is looking very, very bad for GODSENT right now.
All the mid players shut down. AWP kills, AK kills. Doesn't look to get much better from GODSENT. At least Disco Dublin just straight out Staven, but both players spread thin across the entire line. Means that Fragsters can hit the A-bomb site confidently, deal with 1 player, get the bomb down, and Disco Dublin surely shouldn't be going for this retake. It's all Freddy B to come up clutch for GODSENT at this point in time. Torb's going to run straight in towards him. Doesn't see him. Good idea of where he might be, playing close on these forklifts, and they are taking their time with this one. Disco Dublin has rotated to try and support him, but Freddy B pops out, takes down Torbenny again. Bomb dropped, and Dragonfly will trade it as Refresh falls. It's a 1 versus 1. 3k for the winner of this one. And GODSENT putting a lot of faith on Disco Dublin to try and make this work. He takes 2 faces and wins it out for it. 3k for him. Just about holding on by a thread for GODSENT, bringing their 2nd round on the board, but still Fragsters up for a reset. And we saw how this played out a couple rounds ago. Fragsters have a full buy up. GODSENT have a broken one. This could still be a 7-2.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge for GODSENT to win that round. This could actually be the momentum shift for them. They might actually start picking up some more consecutive rounds here, if possible. Now, not to say that their buy is looking very good, because it really isn't, you know, the UMP FAMAS in the hands of Brawlin, Hampus, but only the CZ75 with Twist up the sniper rifle. And what? I'm not quite sure what Disco Dublin was doing there. It did look like he actually wanted to set up some sort of flash or maybe even a smoke. But now as he drops dead towards the B bombs, it does look like a player like Twist will have to play a bit more passively towards the site. Doesn't really want to overcommit. Even trying to go for the initial engagements could be, you know, the smartest of choices here. However, GODSENT, they've actually made quite a rotation here, putting a bit more emphasis towards this B part of the map.
Once again, Fragsters dismantle the defensive, particularly Dragonfly dismantling the defensive. AWP out, supporting the push coming in from the T side. They've got info on where Hampus is holding him from. He peeks out, shoulder peek. Dragonfly catches him off A second kill for him. Meanwhile, Twist chimes through from headshot to take out one towards Checkers, and they notice AWP is here, so Fragsters going to make the educated guess to try and rotate back away. One man is here, Brolin, on the A bomb site to lock it down. Interestingly enough, Dragonfly's not doing more than enough to try and pick off or keep GODSENT players over on this B bomb site. Fragsters now towards mid, eventually joined up by the AWP. 30 seconds do remain as they slowly but surely make their way through highway, and Freddy B gives up his life to get only a tiny amount of info compared to what GODSENT need right now. And Bron actually going to rotate off the back of that, try and focus towards Z and B site. So the bomb's going to get planted on A, sorry. A 2 versus 4 retake. So difficult here for GODSENT, and it just gets even worse with Dragonfly lining up his 4th AWP, going on fire, potentially looking for his ace. You don't think he'll go hunting for it. This will be a 7th round for Fragsters regardless, as Twist is desperate to hold on to his AWP. This is not a round that he can clutch out.
Yeah, honestly, that round, just not the best of timings for a team like GODSENT, you know. First, obviously, one of the players just get killed with his pants down. I do believe that was Disco Doppelin. Then with this sort of 3 versus 4, we settle into this 3 versus 4. It's still kind of possible for GODSENT to win out the round, but we saw players like Brolin, you know, they get wrecked by a player like Dragonfly, who decides to look at the last possible second towards Z Connector. I think Freddy B as well was holding towards Car, expecting the play to happen, but once he shifts away from Car, that is where Fragsters players start making their way through highway. Dragonfly, yes, he will get the ace in the end. Not bad from Dragonfly. 14 frags for him. And now GODSENT. The problem for them is they got very little to no money. In fact, they're gonna have to double eco, so that they wouldn't have the double eco. They shall try to go for the investment here, the force buy if you will, and then full on eco the next one. So they're gonna have to, well, be quite successful on the pistols here if they still, well, if they do wish to want to come out on top here on the first half, because 8-7 scoreline, it's still possible for GODSENT, but if they do give away this one, then Fragsters will have won the half.
Pretty convincingly winning the half as well. Fragsters have been on an absolute tear so far in this map. It looks to get even more better. Molotov in, putting Disco Doppler in a very awkward spot. Burns alive, Stab and takes him down. Freddy B also picked apart. And the T side just bait out positions. They don't catch Brolin off guard. So he'll get himself one and the second with the CZ. Okay. Got 3 versus 3 here at the CTs. Can they capitalize on it? 2 rifles they can recover. And Dragonfly trying to suppress them from getting that far. Eventually is forced back to go and support his teammates as they make their way into the A bomb site. Freddy B in a corner. Deagle in his hand. What can he find against these 2 players? Top any in a refresh. Deagle shot to the Hurst. Headshot spots. Refresh as well. Tags him up really low. Gets himself that second. And GODSENT by a serious lifeline with Twist on the backstab. Dragonfly up 1 versus 3. And serious work to be done by him. 40 seconds remaining. He'll charge back out of the B as the A main area, but doesn't expect Twist to be behind him. And there we go. The Deagle play, the pistol play, holds GODSENT a 3rd round on their CT side.
It was crucial. It was very much crucial for GODSENT to win that one. Now I have hopes that they might just be in a position to still win out the half. And maybe at least make the scoreline a bit better, right? It may not be something like 6-9, but it definitely could be now possible, the fact that they pick up that crucial round as well. What a momentum boost it should be here for the GODSENT side. As we are seeing Twist now back at the sniper rifle, he will be opting towards what seems to be maybe back towards middle, because no one's really watching mid from the GODSENT side at this point. They have 3 players towards A side. One of them is in fact in main. That is quite a good position for Freddy B. So with that presence towards the A side, I think we should consider rotating one of the players, and in fact, you rotate both the guys. So now you have a player like Hampus towards middle. Twist will be opting towards the B side. And Fragsters, they still have one of their players in middle himself. That's Boomski somehow going to be able to kill Hampus, as Hampus had no idea of an upcoming push. Now with that player lost in middle, it does look like GODSENT will try to regress towards this part of the map. Disco Doppelin might get lucky here, should be able to kill, and will kill Bubsy. Still down to a 4 versus 4 here for GODSENT.
And they've got AKs to work with as well, this CT side. Trying to find some sort of foothold against the Fragsters going into this second half. Look at Twist, set up so well to deal with the push coming in from the T side. Dragonfly doesn't expect it, he goes down. Freddy B out towards 4 in transport out stab, and he goes down. Torbeni then also looking to fall. Gets a lot of damage done, but doesn't quite fall. 2 versus 2, and the Bombers allowed to get planted for default. Oh, the grenade lands so good, but Torbeni then just about stays alive. And now the retake will come through for these guys. Another flashbang out, another nade comes through. Good flash in from his teammate Torbeni then takes Disco. Brolin trades him back. 1v1 refresh spotted from Forklift. And Brolin wins it out just about for GODSENT. Again, a 4th round. Barely held on to at the CT side. As they now bring themselves within 3 of Fragsters' lead. 7 rounds still sitting to the favour of the Danes. And they have got 2 rounds of loss bonus to their favour. It means that their money line's not looking like the worst thing in the world. They do have a bit of work to do if they want to get a full rifle round together. They may have to may have justify just ecoing it on this one or half buying for it.
Yeah, I think it's the obvious choice. You still have some rounds remaining here on the T side. If you eco this one out, then you pretty much still got an opportunity to play out what seems to be 3 rounds. So yeah, just go for the eco here. A partial buy, if you will. Invest in some of those greater pistols, maybe the utility, as we see Torben pick up the 2 flashes and a smoke grenade. That's about it. You know, if you don't win the round, call it a day, and then hope to accomplish something on the gun round. However, it does look like Fragsters, if they do decide to push up aggressively here, they might just be, well, getting lucky to kill someone like Freddy B. And if they put attention towards Freddy B, I don't know if they will actually notice Hampus. Now they will, but it's been too late as Hampus already picks up 3, not the 4th one. Still, not a bad hold. Not a bad hold there from GODSENT, as they are claiming themselves another round here on the city side of Cash. However, in the first half, it's still not over. Fragsters, like I said, 3 more rounds to go for them, and you can actually see which team will come out on top here.
GODSENT would love to take away the lead from Fragsters before they hit that end of the half scoreline. Fragsters still looking for 8, GODSENT looking for their 6th and the equalised scoreline. Of course, Fragsters on 3 rounds lost bonus have the buyback, but look at Dragonfly, just glass cannon with this AWP up against Twist. Whose trigger finger is faster? Smokes go down, Twist forced out to a different position, and Dragonfly exploits it perfectly. Lands his head, takes it off his shoulder for Disco. Doppler also counter boosted. Back to the T side of the map, takes Torbeni then down. So moves things back to a 4 versus 4 very quickly as the T's work around the default, working the checkers. Brolin, catches Stalvan off guard as he focuses fire back towards Vents, but doesn't realise there's anyone there. Brolin picks up the AWP, tries to see if he can take down Dragonfly. Now knows that he's here, and turns that orb directly to his head, answering back for his earlier opening frag, but meanwhile, Refresh has worked to the A site, he's taking down Freddy B, and Disco Dublin is still up here towards this boost spot. 2 versus 2, and the bomb is in his vision. Fragsters need to work very quickly and carefully to try and break him out. 50 seconds do remain. The bomb getting picked up by Bubsky, and GODSENT do push Disco Dublin back towards the A bomb site, but not much more than them. They'll just hold back passive, wait for the defensive, wait for Fragsters to come to them, and they are still going to commit to this A hit.
And I guess the good thing is for Disco Dublin that Brolin is relatively close by him. He's actually going to throw a very late smoke towards towards main, but they're just going to walk on through, and they're actually going to be able to cut off Disco Dublin, meaning that Brolin is now left in a 1 versus 2. He's burning from that Molotov, but he pushes through, still going to try to win out the round. Could pull out the CZ-75 if he does wish it, but yeah, will stick on through with the sniper rifle. Knows the positioning of 1. Should realize the bomb has been planted, but it's a bit too late. A player like Bubsky already jumps on the red container, and for Brolin to win that round, it is quite difficult. It's a shame though that I do believe Hampus is the one who, I don't know, or was it Disco Dublin left on the A side that throws down the very late A main smoke, and yet what Fragsters do in that scenario, they push on through the smoke. And yeah, they win the round because of it. That's quite insane. A very insane decision to make when you think about it. But they succeed. They win the round. And Fragsters, well, 8-5 and possibly maybe even 9-5 because GODSENT, it's just going to have to be a full-on eco here for the Swedes. Not sure if they're going to be able to accomplish much. 1 flash comes out here for Disco Dublin, but that's about it the guys can offer.
GODSENT back on the eco, trying to save for that final round bye. Of course, not nearly enough money on the CT side. Even then, 2 rounds of lost bonus won't be looking amazing for a couple of different players. Twist and Brolin are the most obvious ones, lower than $2,000. It's GODSENT. Stack A, have presence towards mid as well, but Twist Molotov instantly. The T's know exactly what is up. Refresh takes it down. Kicks things off for Fragsters. They have a free and open B bomb site if they wanted to go for it. They're not going to go pushing in just yet because haven't got a lot of information on where GODSENT are playing in from. But eventually the utility will pour through. And no counter rotations come back as Refresh looks in towards the mid position. Spots Bronham. That just about takes him down. Didn't know what he was waiting for, but either way. One more player down there, run into the stack right here. Fragsters take their time with it. Look for any advantage that they can. Peeks out. Bubsky spots out. Hampus shuts him down. 2 versus 5. 1 versus 5. And Disco Doppler the lone man in the none versus 5. And there it is, the 9th round of the board for Fragsters. Finally looking out a confident T-side half. GODSENT with one final buyback for round number 15, the final of their CT half. They desperately need a 6th.
The 6th is of most importance here for GODSENT. If they claim it, then yeah, they obviously still have a shot here on the second half. Not to say that with 5 rounds they wouldn't have so, but with the 6th one, they definitely have a better chance. Now, the thing is though, man, GODSENT, you know, the AWP has been, I'd say for their defense, quite the important weapon, but they're not going to be having it here. And there's also quite a decent lack of utility. In fact, they pretty much expend all of their utility in what seems to be the first couple seconds in the round. So you still have Hampus with something like a flash grenade and smoke grenade. I think I was actually thinking about flashing out his teammates for a white box and allow them to peek towards the middle. But that would mean you have to face someone like, I believe that's Dragonfly. Yes, Dragonfly with a sniper rifle. So you gotta be quite careful if you're GODSENT. Yes, you want to try to get the individual aim duels, and they're gonna get one. They're actually able to kill Dragonfly, and I think they expected, Freddy B expects Hampus to come up, pardon me, Bubsky to come up there, but still isn't ready. 4 versus 4 here. Does look like Fragsters will actually put all of their emphasis towards the B side here.
Op still taking point here for Fragsters. Bubsky caught off guard from Checkers. Disco Doppler holding out in a corner, takes that one. Frag Brolin still here on the B bomb site, looking for the next man to peek on through, and he lands that spree directly, dropping the bomb. CTs have control, rotations are being called. Staven desperately looks for a way back in here. Molotov to push Disco Doppler away, going to burn quite decently alive, but he lines them both up. Awkward timing from Fragsters, and Disco Doppler will burn alive, but his sacrifice was not in vain. It brings GODSENT a 6th. As a 6-9 scoreline ensues for Fragsters. Still a great T-side for them. GODSENT really were looking for a little bit more on this first half, so just going to have to work just as hard as they did on Mirage T-side to try and make up the rounds right here in half number 2. The final half of the series. Pistol buy-ups coming out to play. Glocks, USPs, P2Ks. Benedent has the defuse and smoke. Refreshes a double flash smoke. Interestingly, taking a little bit more utility for the CTs. And GODSENT have a single flash smoke and P250 for Hampus. Disco Doppler yet to buy, probably going with Kevlar. Yep, all sets of Kevlar out here. Fragsters going into their default setup. GODSENT also going out towards their A default. Ball in the back of Freddy B. Flashbangs quickly over the head shake. GODSENT are going to go quick.
And the interesting thing, yeah, now they're about to make their way because they hear the smokes bloom. Pardon me, the smokes pop, and now once they do pop out themselves, Refresh and the rest of Fragsters got there mowing them down. There is one player on the side, I do believe, from GODSENT. The bomb should be planted, but there's still one more player from Quad on towards Heaven. They're, yes, they in fact killed the Quad guys, so now they have an opportunity to plant the bomb. Maybe not the open plan as you might hope for, but Torben is actually able to kill Freddy B. And now Dragonfly is still left in a 1 versus 2, knows the positioning of Twist, taps him down. And now Hampus knows, he knows where Dragonfly is at. And both of the players, they don't have a decent amount of HP. However, for Dragonfly to kill Hampus is a bit easier now. The fact that Hampus is only 10 points of health is going to be very easy for Dragonfly, you might hope, and it is. It is quite easy for Dragonfly to win the 1 versus 2 and to make that 10-6.
An unlikely retake that does end up working for Fragsters, and that's the way they wanted to kick off the second half. Double digits. And GODSENT get themselves a bomb plant, sure, but that is all she wrote for them here. I'm probably going to be seeing Eco before the first rifle round really comes into effect from this T-side. Actually, no, they're going to start forcing out. Bron's got the CZ, the Kevlar helmet, dropping out an AK to Disco Doppler, who also follows through with the Kevlar. GODSENT not fully committing to this one, though. I'm not sure they're on the same page for this round. Freddy B and Twist on Deagles, but nothing other than that. I would expect to see those extra updated weapons, but not full-blown AKs in this next round. GODSENT maybe shooting themselves in the foot for that rifle. Now they're going towards a very passive default to try and gain some info above Fragsters. The AK does peak, tags Dragonfly down to 62 HP. That's about it. Just the opening A couple of tag damages, a couple of rogue bullets that land against Disco and Dragonflight. And GODSENT find very, very little in their passive default. Meanwhile, Fragsters find quite a lot in their aggressive pushes. Look towards A main. Bobski in refresh. Pushing up aggressive. Getting the info out. They know that there's no one here towards the A bomb site, but do they suspect anyone from Highway? It looks like Refresh does. He's looking down that particular direction. But GODSENT ready for the push in towards the B side, it seems.
That is still quite good positions from the GODSENT players, even though it does seem like Fragsters got so much map control towards the A part of the map. They still keep some defenders here, but Bubsky, though, if he's actually gonna kill the bomb carrier here, things could get difficult, and I'm pretty sure they will. Bubsky's able to kill Freddy B. That's the bomb being dropped, so now they have to recover the bomb here. Disco Doppler, that is a crucial frag, though. However, that is not the only defender towards the B side. Bubsky's able to kill Hampus. Stavin is able to kill Disco Doppler. That's the A out of the equation, and Stavin, though, gets the lineup in. 11-6 here. Fragsters claim their 11th. And yeah, like I said, you know, it did look like GODSENT on that sort of investment that they had going. They just weren't on the same page. I understand a player like Twist, why he might have to go for Nico. He wants to invest into the sniper rifle. However, players like Freddy B, I mean, he can obviously opt to go for armor, you know, Kevlar and pistol as well. They didn't. That was quite a wacky investment from GODSENT. Doesn't really pay out. And well, they're just gonna have to deal with this round, I'd say, as quickly as possible. Get this more out of the way. And yeah, then it will be 12-6. Maybe they can actually do some damage here. Would be nice, like Freddy B is able to kill Dragonfly, though. That's the damage. That's the damage I was talking about. And maybe GODSENT might still have a chance here with the pistols. Bubsky, though, he lonesome man towards Highway. Now has got some backup. Pulls out the dig of his own. Not sure if that's the correct weapon. Twisted to kill one and brawling with the Glock. Locks down Bubsky and actually kills Stavin as well. With only a couple bullets left in the chamber, he's able to do it. And now look at Fragsters. It's only Lonesome Torben against 2. And well, they may not have the armor, but if they set up a pretty good crossfire, this could be enough for GODSENT to win the round.
Brawling with that M4. That's now where Torbeniden is. Gets a good small pixel look. GODSENT still on for this one. Oh, good flick from Torbeniden. Looks for his second. Headshot on Disco Doppler. That's Inhuman Reactions if I ever saw it. And he just about holds on to the round for Fragsters. After GODSENT with the pistols almost stole it away from that CT side. 12-6 now, doubling up against GODSENT's current score. And right now, GODSENT have their final, well, finally they have their buy into this round. It should have come a lot earlier than we really expected. But of course, that forced buy in the second round means that AKs and AWPs will be out here. Full sets of utility across the board. GODSENT have a defined buy thanks to the bomb plant. Vice versa for Fragsters. Lost bonus and, round victory bonus all stacking up. The AWP and the 4 M4s from Fragsters. Here we go into round number 19. Fragsters looking for their 13th. And GODSENT looking to try hold some sort of something here. They just need to start connecting some rounds. Else this 2-side will be a loss before we even get started.
Yeah, they need the rounds here, and in fact, Freddy B is able to get kill here towards Venture, but the fact that Hampus refracts here means that 2 players are dead towards the B side. Fragsters have to go for the rotation. Hampus should consider just pushing on through, or at least use that utility, so that GODSENT might still have an opening here if they do wish to go towards another part of the map, which does seem to be very likely. However, they're taking their sweet time, and I think Fragsters might consider going for the sort of rotate themselves. So Bubsky's able to kill Hampus. Brawlin still down here towards the vents. Looks like the rest of the GODSENT squad will consider just going back towards the B side. It still kind of works out for them because there's only one guy towards B heaven. However, make that 2 at this point. GODSENT still gonna try to plant the bomb here if possible. That should not be too difficult for them. But once the bomb is planted, Fragsters will have 3 of their players coming from the same direction, which is a bit of a shame.
Can still burst out from both Tree and Heaven, though. Options are still available for them. 3 versus 3. Retake up to play for. No backstabbing coming, so they have time to play with the Fragsters. Do need to act quick. They've only got 1 defuse kit, so if Bobsky, the low HP player, goes down, it's going to spell all doom days for him. Disco Doppler connects both players from Heaven and Tree. Looking for Dragonfly from Headshot and connects a full-blown 3K to bring GODSENT up to 7. Just about, again, this all GODSENT rounds have been just about cinching onto it thanks to an individual player or an individually smart, very intelligent or very ballsy play. And GODSENT actually going to do enough damage with the Fragsters. That means that they're going to be down with nothing to work with. A force play out for this next one. The AWP staying in play on Dragonfly. And the UMP, the Eagles, and all the Force Sport Kevlar helmets here for the CT side. Looking a little bit worse for wear than we really expected them to be at this point. Oh, but a great grenade from Groland. Put them in a little bit worse of a position right here for this, for this 20th round.
And the 20th round is upon us. Dragonfly has still got that AWP of his, which he might consider saving if the round isn't going his way, but he's gonna get the timing perfectly. He will be able to kill Freddy B for fresh though. Yeah, his timing's not gonna really work out for him, as there is no one really towards A main. However, you know, they get the initial frag here, Fragsters. That is very good for their side. And Dragonfly is still continuing on to hold this aggressive position. He would maybe should consider backing away, but the fact that he's pushing on through, he's still gathering the intel. Torben is not going to check him.
No!
They're not going to check him for the second time. And now Disco Doppelin, he is down here towards the middle. Twist has been stopped up, but he's able to kill Stavin. Suddenly, if you're GODSENT, you still have a lifeline here, but it's not much.
2 on 3. Up on Dragonfly here towards B. GODSENT, if they go this way, this is going to get very, very ugly for Twist and Disco. We'll start to push. Good flick from Dragonfly. He's been absolutely clinical today, as he gets 3 overall, defending against Fragsters, working off the Deagle play from Torb. And there it is. Another stolen round by the Danes, as they put GODSENT themselves back on nothing to work with. And an awkwardly lopsided force buy still works out for Frags. There's a small pause to come through, technical in nature for the Danes. But they'll take the opportunity, this technical pause. Obviously, GODSENT will be fuming after it, so it's a nice chance to let that fume simmer and allow GODSENT to rethink about what they just lost.
Yeah, that's the way it works in online CS. You know, you call a pause one way or the other. If it's technical or a tactical one, you can still talk things through. So if you're GODSENT, that is a perfect opportunity to do so. It does look like Disco Doppelin has got $5,400 US. So something tells me he will purchase the sniper rifle. I'd say that is the obvious pickup for him, because he can op himself. He may not be the sort of main opera for the squad, but if needed, he can also pick up the scoped rifle, and I think that is what he's going to be doing. However, that's the thing, you know, if GODSENT end up losing this round, that is where I can see Fragsters just running away with this one. This is quite the important buy for GODSENT. If they're not able to make this one work, then I don't think they're going to be able to win out the best of 3 series here, because these last couple of rounds are going to be of great importance.
Great importance indeed. Again, we're approaching the final phase of the game. Fragsters 3 away from taking their spot in the grand finals of the Bet.net Challenger Series. Of course, both of these teams are going to the Bet.net Masters. So now I've got that much at least. The land spots have been confirmed. It's all about that extra little bit of prize pool for the seedings and the money. And the glory, of course, for these two. Fragsters make a name for themselves, dethroning GODSENT again. GODSENT need to hold on to try and take out fours later on in our grand finals. That will be coming up after this map is played, so don't go anywhere if you are interested in that much. For now, we are on a small technical pause. If you are just joining us, and you'll know that Fragsters have called a small timeout just to get themselves figured out, just because I think Stavin's headset is a little bit busted, so taking that much of a chance just to get that quickly fixed. Up from us, M4CZ and a UMP is what the buy-up will be looking for Fragsters. Not quite the best in the world. It looks like they are ready to get things started here now, the Fragsters. Are ready to unpause, and GODSENT are ready to take the fight back to them. They've got CZs, they've got P250s, another force buy. After Fragsters have sent them back disappointing steps. They jump forward one more for one more round still. Can GODSENT do it? It's round 21 coming into fruition.
It definitely is. And as GODSENT, you know, they make the investment, which could possibly be their somewhat decent looking investment, possibly the last one here. So they're gonna have to make this one count, because right now only having the pistols and that one AK-47 means that some explosive play must happen, and looks yeah, it pretty much looks like it. They are putting a lot of emphasis towards the B side. That is where the push will be happening here. Dragonfly has 0 to no intel what's really happening. However, there are already 2 guys towards the B side, and as the push is happening, there's still a player down at the vents room. Looks like Dragonfly will somehow survive the engagement, and now GODSENT players are now dropping life flies. Twista was able to get one. Hampus about to make his way to the side, picks up the AWP. He's got the AWP, legs down 1, and now he's left in 1 versus 2. Refresh, he is quite low in HP, but Hampus, now that he has got also the bomb on his shoulders, means that this round is somewhat doable for him. It's really going to come down to Fragsters to get the timings right, and okay, someone thought that a player like Hampus will try to make his way towards the A side. However, he's still back here on B, planted the bomb, and now waiting. The timings gonna have to be quite good here for Fragsters as the smokes do fade out. Flash coming in. They know where Hampus is at. They're gonna have to take the fight. Stavin is doing quite a lot of damage, but Hampus peeks on through, and Stavin's gotta get it. He may not have the defuse kit, but he's still got a bunch of time to defuse said bomb. Will recover the AWP, and well, 14 to 7 is the scoreline. Something tells me GODSENT will have to go for an eco here.
GODSENT felt so coordinated on that push as well, trying to get the opening frags. They couldn't quite take him down, but they got aggressive. They did take down Dragonfly eventually, and Hampus picked up that AWP. They were all suppressed. He rushed out of main to pick that one up. So Dragonfly got a close range engagement, and the players from Heaven held out for as long as they could. He picked that up and made it a very expensive ordeal from Fragsters, and once again GODSENT will force the buy down, trying to see if they can claim another. And they can steal it from Fragsters one more time, and that will put them in a very nice stead to take a bit more, keep this game running a little bit longer. Fragsters 1 away from map and match point, 2 away from map and match victory, and Refresh 1 frag into this round, almost landing it on Disco Doblin. Doesn't quite finish the job. And GODSENT playing the default, trying to find anything in these opening few minutes here, but it's just early tag damage done by the M4. The CT's holding. Oh, Freddy B caught off. Rawful timing. Bubsky takes him down. Stavin takes Hampus as well. 3 versus 5, and GODSENT just not coming up clutch here in the early part of round 22.
They're still going to try to make something work here. You know, they only have, what, it seems to be the 2 AK-47s, the MP and Braun, but it's still possible to actually accomplish something. Twist, though, it kind of like was actually being shot by one of his teammates there, even though there is a player towards car. GODSENT. And yeah, GODSENT, it does look like they're just going to try to go for the simple A play. You have one player towards highway. That is going to be Disco Doblin. He doesn't have the most amount of HP. For him to be the flanker could actually be quite a good thing here. Could actually be a GODSENT here. Well, Bubsky though, make that 2. Yeah, make that free in general, as Fragsters claimed themselves the 15. They're now only 1 round away to actually claim victorious here against GODSENT in the best of 3 and go to that grand final up against Force. And that's looking very much lively because GODSENT, they got barely to nothing at this buy. Yes, they might have the upgraded pistols. Utility also does come out, but that's about it. Well, GODSENT, you're gonna have to make this work somehow.
The CZs and the Eagles, 4-sport pistols, but if they were any other 4-sport pistols, I'd be signing this off. Let's see if GODSENT can find those close range sprays and good headshots to negate the head armor that Fragsters have to play with at this point in time. Mid, they'll go. The default, they'll stand. Try and find anything that they can out here from main, from mid, from A or B, or wherever the hell else. The smoke's coming in. Disco Doblin's going to creep forward. Catches Refresh off guard to kick things off here for the T side, but tagged up hard. Small gap in the smoke. Stavin will abuse it and use it, but they pulled a rotation back away from the B bomb site where Dragonfly has only an AWP to defend it. Crossing by, Molotov keeps him away. He burns and eventually gets taken down, actually. Frags have a bit more of a problem, but Stavin still chiming on through, takes down Freddy B before he's traded. It's all down to Torbeni then, alone in a 1 versus 2 situation. Flashbangs to keep him at bay, but 1v2 clutch to keep Fragsters from losing this next round, to keep them point to win the final round of their game. Not going to happen today. Twist peeks out, Deagle shot, team ace for GODSENT, and yes, the 4-sport CZs and Eagles work up huge for the T side.
Yep, it does look like it may not be the swift end we were probably anticipating here. Fragsters, they still have a lot of rounds to go here, which is quite good for them. Not so much for GODSENT, as they're the ones trying to climb back to the game. As Fragsters does look like, yeah, it's just gonna be a simple eco from these guys. Stavin and Bubsky don't have the most amount of money, so if they do eco this one out, the rest of the guys will be able to make the investment. But look at this, 5 players in middle, and I think they have been spotted, at least a couple guys, but they will try to take the fights though. I don't know if that's the correct choice GODSENT should be taken here, but it does work quite well. Refresh is only able to kill Brawlin in the process. Bubsky is left with his deagle towards Highway. Maybe he could kill one. In fact, he does kill Hampus, so I guess it's not that bad of a round here for Fragsters, but that's about it. He might just consider saving the AK-47, and if that is the case, then I guess we could call it a day here for Fragsters. GODSENT will claim the 9th, but Fragsters still only 1 round away to claim victorious here at the Best.net Challenger Series.
It's a long fight still for GODSENT. 6 rounds away from overtime. Fragsters only 1 from shutting it all down. Can they do it? Well, got an AK out. Bubsky could have saved that into the next round, but unfortunately that won't be the case. It doesn't matter because Fragsters have money in their pockets. Lost bonus is finally stacked for them. 2 in play. And the M4s will come out to play for this next one. The AWP, of course, for Dragonfly one more time. Twist with the AWP for GODSENT again. As Fragsters get ready. All they need is 1. That's all they need. Just a single round. And they'll claim the map and the series and their spot in the grand finals. GODSENT going quickly into their default. Out towards mid. In towards the B halls. Hampus taking a lot more aggression towards mid. He's going to get right up towards the icebox. Doesn't find any much more here from its CT presence. Just AWP shots rattling across the map. All these players trying to catch off some bit of vision, an angle, information, a kill, anything at all. GODSENT will try and amount things to there. Set up the bomb on the back of Brodin. As he pushes in towards main, he's also backed up by Twist with the AWP. The flashbangs go over. It looks like it's going to be the A hit. They've decided on it. 4 players round this side of the map, and Twist picks up Dragonfly. Bubsky smoked off. Can't take anything from Truck, and Refresh will fall on the site itself. Hampus challenge taken down, but Freddie returns fire straight through the smoke to a 2 versus 4 until Benioden and Stavin well out of position, well out of play, and well outnumbered. This should be a 10th round on the board for GODSENT.
It's gonna be, because Stavin and Torben are already backing away. They are considering for the save here. That is, I'd say, a smart choice. You don't really have to give away any more rifles for GODSENT, as it's pretty much over. You know, the round is over. 2 versus 4. It is quite difficult to win, so just give this round away back to GODSENT. But you still have what now is a 5-round buffer. It was a bit bigger. Now it has gotten a bit smaller, but that in no way means that Fragsters are out of this one. GODSENT will have to win 5 rounds in a row, which does mean that they could still make some mistakes. And to be honest, the T-side haven't been the greatest. Well, Torben is, in fact, interestingly quite enough, that Torben isn't saving somewhere close by his team, because if they would be, then refrag would definitely be a possibility, because, well, they're close by to one another, oddly enough. They don't do, though. Stavin will save the M4, and GODSENT, well, they might just be able to get another round on the board here, because Fragsters, it is an eco for the guys.
3 rounds of lost bonus. Not enough to justify any investment. Just the M4 out for Stavin, of course, saved from that last round. He's playing actually aggressive towards the B halls. We'll be able to find Freddie B. That'll be a nice pickup, but vice versa. We can return fire against him and take him down. The M4 does get the trade back as Benioden is the first man to fall straight through the smoke, shut down. An AK recovered now. The M4 passed out to Refresh, so they've got a little bit of foothold to work with. Refresh will get taken down, but Bubsky trades out 1 more as well. Hampus in the fence is now dead. That's 2 rifles that they can use. Still, Bubsky waiting on the push. Oh, they've rotated quick, and Bubsky's on point right here. Takes 1 more player. Disco Doplin falls. Brolin trades him out. And Stavin and Dragonfly up on a retake now. Twist going to start to peek out. AWP to lock the cross. But can't quite line it up as Brolin also takes a fight. He's eventually taken down by Stavin and leaves it all on Twist to shut them down, to keep them suppressed. The smoke on main. Counter smoke comes back. No flashbang over, and Dragonfly's going to stick this. Twist has to make his way through quickly, try and take this lone player down. Spots some, taps the first deagle out on Dragonfly. Can he take him down? Not quite. Dragonfly sticking this. Dragonfly sticking this. Not quite. Twist with a good flick. It just about keeps it on 2 kills. 11 rounds for GODSENT as Twist comes up clutch when you need him to. 4 rounds now to go before they get to overtime. GODSENT suddenly, this isn't looking so far gone anymore.
Well, I guess we could say that GODSENT, yes, they're able to pull through in the end, but if they would have lost that round, that would have been heartbreaking. And not only that, they would have been out of the game. This is a good thing they're able to somewhat climb back through. And GODSENT, they do claim the 11. So, you know, the round difference is getting smaller and smaller by the minute. And look at this fast play there from GODSENT players. They're making some swift progress towards middle. But the fact that Twist is able to, well, to get dropped, Hampus might have to be a bit more careful towards that mid portion of the map. And even though Freddy B is quite low in HP, he is the Opera, and I think he's going to try to get the initial engagement against a player like Dragonfly. Oh no, Dragonfly is towards the middle, in fact. Interestingly enough. However, Fragsters, they have the majority of players towards the A side because a player like Stavin has pushed them all the way through the B side. If he's going to remain in Toxic, that is so much map control for a team like Fragsters, and now GODSENT, they might explode in this A side, having 4 players. But 4 players are here from Fragsters as well.
Here we are, final push. Freddy B ready to lock it out. Disco trying to find a good angle. Freddy B burns him. Dragonfly returns fire. Disco Doppler with a quick trade. 3 versus 3, and all the high HP players are still here on the site. Brolin burns Disco Doppler. That's a TK you don't want to see right here as Dragonfly looks in, gets taken back 2 versus 2. GODSENT holding on by a thread, and now Freddy B falls. It's all up to Brolin to clutch in the way that Twist had managed to do himself. Fakes the plant one time, looks for the headshot of Torbeniadin, and now they know where he is. 47 HP. This gets a little bit more difficult for him, and he hasn't got time to rotate. They've got him suppressed across all these angles. Creeps around, looks for Torbeniadin, looks for his headshot, can't quite line it up. He's got to get the bomb down now. No other choices. 1v2 on the clutch, as they both peek in from the same angle. Flashbang over. Spray Stavin looks for Torbeniadin, but no, it doesn't happen. Torb will get the defuse. It's 16-11, and Fragsters take a 2-1 series. They're going to face 4s in the finals of the Bets.net Challenger Series. As we close out that one, we'll go to a very short break. Fragsters will be back in action after this very short break, and will take us to the grand finals of the Bets.net Challenger Series. So don't go anywhere. Back after this.